Now to a transformative moment in American history. Yesterday, in one of its most momentous civil rights decisions, the Supreme Court found gay and lesbian Americans have a constitutional right to marry. This morning, the headlines say it all. In our country, where just 13 years ago, no state allowed gay marriage. Now it will soon be legal in all of them. The White House celebrated the decision last night by bathing the presidential mansion in rainbow colors. Jan Crawford has more now from our Washington bureau. Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning. This was the ruling advocates have fought for a generation, and it made a powerful statement even beyond marriage, saying emphatically that gays and lesbians belong.
It was a ruling decades in the making, a hard-fought victory for the right to marry, guaranteed in a landmark decision that emphasized equality for gays and lesbians and the full promise of liberty. Writing for the court, Justice Anthony Kennedy said same-sex couples seek not to denigrate marriage, but rather to live their lives joined by its bond. Their hope is not to be condemned to live in loneliness, he wrote, excluded from one of civilization's oldest institutions. They ask for equal dignity in the eyes of the law. The Constitution grants them that right. The ruling sweeps away same-sex marriage bans in 13 states, laws the court said impose stigma and injury, no different from the hurt that resulted from laws barring interracial unions.
When all Americans are treated as equal, we are all more free.
President Obama, who had opposed same-sex marriage until just 3 years ago, hailed the decision as a victory for America.
Today, we can say, in no uncertain terms, that we've made our union a little more perfect.
The president called the man at the center of the case Jim Obergefell, who fought Ohio's refusal to recognize his out-of-state marriage to his longtime partner and was in the courtroom when Kennedy announced the decision.
You never thought this would happen?
Never thought we would get married. Certainly never thought that now it would be across the country. It's unbelievable.
Kennedy acknowledged the historical definition as between a man and a woman, but wrote of changed understandings of marriage, saying new dimensions of freedom become apparent to new generations. In a scathing dissent, Justice Antonin Scalia said the opinions, showy profundities, are often profoundly incoherent. All four of the court's conservatives wrote dissents saying the issue should be left to the states. Scalia said today's decision ignores the will of the voters to impose the judgment of an elite few, a select, patrician, highly unrepresentative panel of 9. And Chief Justice John Roberts encouraged same-sex marriage supporters to celebrate today's decision, celebrate the achievement of a desired goal, but do not celebrate the Constitution. It had nothing to do with it.
But it's Justice Kennedy who has been the decisive voice, affirming gay rights under the Constitution in 4 separate decisions going back 20 years. Those cases will be his legacy, putting gays and lesbians on equal ground. Anthony.
Jan Crawford in Washington this morning. Thanks, Jan.